2021 National Biker Build Off. Who else is excited? If you're excited for this thing to finally be here after 10 full months, leave a comment. Tell me you're excited that this is going to actually happen. I'm going to be bringing one of the builders on tonight, Mr. TD Ward, so you guys can get a little bit of an update on him and everything he's got going on. But first, let's get to some of our awesome sponsors real quick. So let me do this right here. Our first sponsor up tonight is going to be Thunder Roads Magazine, Indiana. Go check them out. They have all kinds of cool stuff inside there, pictorials, they have interviews, they have tech tips, they have all kinds of cool stuff up in there. So go check out Thunder Roads Magazine. You can get them online or on Facebook. Next up is our good friends over at Trulers, Trulers.com, Trulers on Facebook. You know how to get to them. If you're a painter and you try to keep your lines and your stuff straight, keep everything symmetrical, you've got to get one of their painter's kits. They're either magnets or stickers, and they're badass. I love that old Doyle rules. So go check them out at Trulers.com or Trulers on Facebook. Next up is our good friends over up at Level Up Audio Towers. As I've said many times before, this is a party in a trailer. It comes with the speakers. It's got a telescoping pole. It's got lights. It's got amps. It's got its own self-contained batteries. These things are awesome whether you want to party in a parking lot or if you're doing a big crowd and you need a loud PA system for them. Check them out on Facebook at Level Up Audio Towers. Next up, good friends over at Squealing Pigs Audio right here in Baytown, Texas. Mr. Lonnie Revels does anything from stock Harley radio replacements to upgrades, 4 speakers, 6 speakers, all the way up to the big heavyweight, awesome bikes and everything in between. Plus, he's also a good builder. He paints. He does everything in-house. You got to go check him out at Squealing Pigs Audio on Facebook. Next is our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Daniel Worlby and the guys over there, Jason, have a hell of a magazine that's in print and digital online. You can check them out at urbanridesmagazine.com or Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook. Now, let's check this out. Where am I? What's happening, everybody? So those are our sponsors. I want to say thank you to everybody. We got them right here up on the banner behind me. Everything's going good. So I am going to bring my guest on tonight. I'm going to bring him on first, but don't think you fuckers have gotten a free get out of jail card, because after he goes, I've got some personal stuff I want to address about the show. Everybody, please welcome Mr. T.D. Ward with Rods and Rides Magazine. Or not Rods and Rides Magazine. Whatever. He's a fucking bike builder. Dude, so thank you, A, for being a good friend of mine and supporting this show. But, dude, talking to you and hearing this, oh my God, the troubles of being a self-employed bike builder are insane. I'm going to give you the floor and just let you go at it for a minute. Let these people know what's going on.
I think my head is spinning right now. I thought that, I build a lot of bikes and we do this every day, but I was trying to do something special, because of you, because we've been talking about this and watching this thing on Facebook now for over a year when we committed to ourselves that we were going to do this. So, I wanted to do something that was going to be different than anything I've done. And so I thought I would reach out and try some things. And I'm not going to tell everybody tonight what I tried, but let's just say that it's been a huge, like an absolute huge mess.
So let's be clear about something real quick, because I know a lot of what's going on because we talk a lot because we're friends.
Yeah.
That is your build-off bike sitting behind you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's be real clear. So today is Thursday night, and where you're at right now, it's 10 o'clock, isn't it? Or is it still 9?
9 o'clock, yeah.
Okay. So it's Thursday night, 9 o'clock. So in less than 7 days, you have to build it and drive all the way to Galveston and put that thing in the ride-in portion Friday or Saturday morning.
Correct.
In 7 days, and that's where you sit.
This is where I'm sitting.
Now, we both know you've gotten beat up over the course of the last 3 or 4 years on my show because everybody's like, oh, there's no way he can build bikes that fast and blah, 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 blah. He specifically asked to come on here tonight so he could show everybody his build-off bike in its state right now, 7 days before it has to be in Galveston and rideable.
Correct. Well, I mean, here, I'm not trying to toot a horn here or anything. I'm just saying that, like, a lot of people committed that said they were going to do this build off and then they bailed. And, I wish I was one of them at times. At times I thought, why am I doing this? Cause I'm trying to do everything else. And it's hard to do everything and then try to build something really crazy for a show, but, I'm down to the wire. I really,
literally,
I mean, I'm down to the wire now and, I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm going to get this done. And it's been like a huge challenge because like I said, I tried a bunch of things. I mean, here, I'll tell you one thing that I tried just so everybody understands that I tried to copper a case, okay, on the engine. And that was a bad deal because my guy that does my copper is in his mid 80s. And he's been in the bike industry his whole life. And he told me, he says, TD, I've never seen a copper engine in my life. And he said, I don't know if it's possible. And so I gave him a dummy case to try and it failed. It made it. It did it. I'm sorry. It worked. Everything was great. It took the nickel, it took the copper, it polished, it looked beautiful. So when I got ready to do the next one, the actual motor that goes in this bike, we thought no problem. And then we come to find out that the manufacturer that builds the engines, which I generally use only Ultima stuff just because they build a great product and they're right here in my backyard. So, I mean, it's a win-win for me, but I had no idea that depending upon which motor that you get from them, that the casting of the engine was actually made of different kinds of aluminum. So when I went to do the motor that was going in this bike, we put the nickel on it and put the copper on it. And once we did that, it all started peeling off. And so it was like, now what do I do? Cause I got nowhere to go. And this just happened, just so you know, 2 days ago. So, I mean, this was not a bad deal. So we had to come up and build a whole new motor yesterday. And, So the engine was built yesterday, and here's a picture of it, or here it is right here. So it is pretty what it went with, but it's not exactly what I wanted. So it was kind of a big mess, but and then it just keeps going. I mean, it just last night I was on my way back from the painters, and it was 10 o'clock at night, and I was coming from another state, and I'm like traveling back, and the phone rings again, and it's my buddy Arkansas, he's 80 some years old, and he's my plater. He's been plating for me for 15 years. And I answer it, and he goes, "We got problems." I go, "What now?" And he said, "Well, your wheels, I had these inserts on these wheels, and they were supposed to be copper too." And he said, and we had everything else done, and we're down to that. And he said, it's not taken. And I go, "What do you mean it's not taken?" And he said, "Well," he said, it's blistered." And I go, no, we can't do that. And so, yeah, it did. It won't work. And so this morning, I was on the phone as soon as they opened up, and I'm in Missouri and they're in Arizona. So I had to call them, and I had to wait till 10 o'clock. So I was on pins and needles, and I had to beg them to give me the PDF file of the wheels so that I could get real copper, 16 gauge copper, and a sheet of it, and cut out 30 inserts for these wheels. So with a water jet. And so, luckily they were cool enough to give me the PDF, or give me the file on it, and we downloaded it, and I searched all over St. Louis, and I finally found a sheet of copper at noon that would work. And I went and bought that sheet of copper, and then went and water jetted these parts, and then got it back to the polisher. And now he's working all night tonight polishing them so they're ready for tomorrow.
So just out of curiosity, what does a 4x4 sheet of 16 gauge copper cost?
$900.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
You want to hear something sickening?
What?
At my day job,
yeah,
I have a 4x10 sheet of 16 gauge copper sitting in my office, or sitting in my rack at work.
Nice.
Yeah. Ask Brian Barber about that, because I actually figured out how to TIG weld copper.
Here's the bad thing about the copper, at least where I bought it. So when I called him, I said, "What do you have?" And he said, "I got a 36 by 96. And I go, "Well," and he goes, "Well, we can cut it for you." And I said, "Okay." And I asked him, "Well, want to be that way?" And he said, "No, because you have to pay for the whole thing." So I mean, you don't get a deal if you got to take the whole 36 by 96, even though you only want 36 by 36 or whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? That piece of copper you've got there, no shit, you can actually take it to a salvage yard, a scrap metal yard, and probably get the full $900 back for that piece.
It's insane, man. All this stuff anymore is so expensive. I mean, tires are expensive. I mean, batteries are expensive. I mean, everything you do anymore is so high. It's like, I mean, it's just nuts anymore. I mean, I can't even hardly believe it. But
I'm sitting here.
Most expensive bike that I've ever built in my life. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
And is it going to be for sale when it's done, or are you going to keep this one?
It is not for sale.
Yeah, that's right, baby. You build a bike for yourself on the grind, you keep it. That's why I still own the Rockstar.
You know what? I don't even own a bike for myself.
You own that one.
I know. I do. This one is the keeper, and everybody says TD doesn't keep anything, but I swore I was going to keep it because earlier this year, as you know, I got in a really bad truck accident, and I was thinking, if something happened that I got killed, I built all these crazy stuff for all these people over all the years, and I never even built anything to like hand down to my kids, for them to say this is what my dad used to do, So I thought, I better keep something in case like I get in another accident or something else gets me, whatever it could be, and I better keep it and pass it down. So this is actually the keeper. This is the one that doesn't get sold. So there's probably like some really good money down there in Galveston too, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
it was really tempting. Somebody would probably be like, "Oh, you'll take it," but I mean,
I do predict out of the 10 bikes that are supposed to be here, I do predict at least one of them staying in Galveston, you know, or should I say being sold in Galveston, because little snippets that I've seen of everybody's bike, there's only a couple of builders that haven't shown me anything. So that's cool. But I know the little snippets that I've seen so far, these are some of the baddest bikes in the industry, period. And I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy when you tell somebody, give me $2,500 and then build the baddest freaking bike you can build in this
if
10 months.
I'm not going to talk about it on the show tonight, but if I gave you the breakdown of some of the silly stuff that I spent money on this, I mean, it is just like,
put it in the videos. Put it in your videos. I want people to know this stuff.
I'm still shaking my head over it. I mean, I'm still spinning, thinking, what did I possibly do here? You know, but I mean,
you became friends with the wrong guy. That's what you did.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, I mean, here, when you go to like a Rat's Hole show or any of the other shows that I've always done, you know, Easy Rider shows or whatever, I mean, I've done I've done pretty well in those shows over the years, but I just built stuff that I thought was cool. And I thought that I could, when it got done, you know, I'd be able to sell it, you know. And this one, I guess because I knew I wasn't going to sell it, I just kind of kept going over and over and thinking about, you know, this is what I would have done before, you know, and I just kept adding more to it. And so, you know, it's just gotten to be out of control at this point. I mean, it's truly, I mean, it's out of control. It is.
Well,
and it's not built. I mean, it's just a raw frame sitting here, but I'm telling you, the stuff that, if you saw every piece of it that's laying around here, because literally after today, everything is here except for those wheel inserts. Everything else is in this building to assemble it. So like my focus starting tomorrow, after I get back from my little doctor's appointment, as soon as I get back from that, I'm not leaving the shop until it's done. So I mean, we're talking about some late nights, whatever. So I mean, this is where I'm gonna be living until this bike is done, and I'm hoping that I can build it between now and Sunday, so that by Monday I can just say, hey, you know what, I'm not doing nothing for the next 2 days until I get on the road. You know, I don't want to, but I need to be done with it, because if something does have a hiccup in it, you know, I need to know before Monday, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because I still, you know, if something doesn't work, then I got to fix it on Monday, when everybody, you know, when I can still get something if I have to, you know.
I foresee people hauling ass to get here so they can work on their bikes once they get here. I actually foresee that.
You know, I did that once. People that know me know that we drove to Sturgis, and I was in the AMD World Show, and I swear to you, you can ask people that know me, I was in the back of the trailer as they were driving up the road, and I was still building the bike in the trailer.
Hey, you know, stuff like that actually happens.
I know, but nobody would believe that. They'd be like, no way, there's no way he was in the trailer. I'm telling you, I was working in the trailer building the bike as we were going to Sturgis. I was still working on it, because I ran out of time, you know, and we had to go.
You know who would believe that story?
Who?
Brian Barber. I guarantee you Brian's done that.
I don't know if I haven't even met Brian, but I don't know if he believes half the stuff I say.
I've already told y'all everything each other said, and then I added my own spin to what y'all said about each other. So I can't wait for y'all to meet.
I hope it's not like a fish story, you know.
Brian told me, he goes, this motherfucker's gonna want to punch me when he sees me. I was like, so? I said, here's what's gonna happen. Y'all are gonna meet in person, and then y'all are never gonna call me again, because y'all are gonna become best friends.
That's funny.
No, but dude, I'm serious. I saw this last year in Sturgis, not this past August, but the one before. Yeah. I saw what you did there. And when I saw that, because you sent me a lot of pictures, and you told me I'm bringing 5 bikes, and you showed me 5 frames. And I want to say it was like 6 weeks before Sturgis.
That wasn't even that. It was like a week, or not a week, but a month.
Yeah. And I was like, what? And you told me you were sending me that.
Weeks or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you told me I'm sending you these pictures so you understand when I roll up with these bikes, you'll get it. And I shit you not, every single one of the pictures you sent me, when you rolled by me on those bikes, I was like, son of a, how did he build 5 bikes in 4 weeks? Holy crap.
Well, you know what's crazy is that we all watched all those shows forever, and we used to always see all those time crunches and stuff, and you think that it's all like BS, but if you really have like a real business and you're humping out those bikes all the time and doing stuff, and you're trying to put out fires and take care of customers and warranty work and everything, right? Everything that you do, and then still try to live like a functional life with your family and kids and whatever, it's like there just isn't enough time in the day. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, this stuff is going to get, some of this stuff gets put to the side until the very end, and that's, unfortunately, that's what's happened here. Is like, I've had other stuff that I had to get done that I made commitments on, and I always just think, well, as long as I have like 24 hours, I can still build it. you know so
well, the funny thing that's not funny is that you're not alone. Everybody that I know, with the exception of James Ozzie, is in about the exact same boat you're in right now. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow. And this is not to be mean to anybody, but God dang, I gave everybody 10 full months. And I could have started the show August 1st and y'all have had the same amount of time.
You know what, though? I did start like organizing like what I wanted, though. Like as far, just kind of like getting my thoughts together on what I was going to build, because this didn't even start out with like what it is. I mean, it started actually as something totally different. And then I like kept flipping things because there were shortages of stuff, like originally I was going to do something with some 30 tires and stuff. And then like, there were no 30 tires, and I came up with the wheels, but then people wanted like $800 for one tire. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying anybody, some kind of ridiculous number for something that I used to buy for 200, or whatever. I mean, I'm not going to do that. And so then, just all that stuff. And it's just like this motor, I mean, it wasn't even going to be an Evo motor. This bike was. And then now, yesterday it decided now it's an Evo, I mean, everything just keeps changing on this thing. So it's like, I'm just having to kind of like, adapt to what I have,
Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't even know why, but I kind of feel like shit because everybody's having to push so hard. Everybody that I know of so far has had a bad year. Huh?
Can we get an extension?
No, you can't. Somebody asked me the other day, he goes, what are you going to do if nobody shows up? I say, what did you think I was going to do? I'm going to keep $25,000. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you'd be all right, wouldn't you?
I'd be like, y'all didn't show up. Psh, I've got 25 grand. There we go.
Wow.
But so from what I understand, everybody's showing up.
I know you've been talking about this show the whole time and everything, but maybe I just missed some of the points of it. But is it outdoors, or do you have like a tent that these things are going to be under? Are we indoors? What?
No, it's outdoors. I have a 10 by 20 booth, and under the canopy of the booth, I'm going to set up 3 tables that everybody can put their t-shirts and hats and stuff on to try to sell them.
Yeah.
Friday, I would like for everybody to be in the booth, trying to meet people, take pictures, just talk to people about your bikes or whatever, just schmooze Friday. Friday night, I want, actually Friday, Earl's going to do interviews with everybody. So he may grab you and do an interview. I'll do an interview. Everybody can be doing interviews that day with Earl. And then Friday night is the party. And then Saturday morning, we're going to ride back in together. And then y'all are going to get 3 minutes once everybody's together and all the judges are there. You get 3 minutes to talk to all 4 judges at the same time, go over your bike with a fine-tooth comb, point things out to them that you want them to know, stuff like that. Once all of the builders are done talking to the judges, everybody leaves. And we just leave the judges alone so that they can judge the bikes. And once they're done judging the bikes, one of the guys will text me and say, hey, we're done. We've got the score sheets tallied up. Here you go. Here's the winner. Here's the winner. Once I announce the winner that Saturday, everybody can get their score sheets back to see how they were judged. one thing I don't know if people are taking into consideration is that one little thing, you're going to get judged on your seat and your seat upholstery. I think you got that part, but I'm not sure. I just want to throw that in there because this is the only show I've ever known of where your seat is actually going to be judged. And that's because I'm a seat guy.
I have to throw out there that, I mean, my seat guy, I mean,
don't say his name.
I'm not going to, but
okay.
I will later.
Yes.
And I'm going to let everybody know because this guy, I mean, and I know you're in the business, but I'm just telling you, this guy, he like totally helped me out on this. And just, I mean, I owe him big time because he just went, it's just like amazing what he did for me. So,
well, I will say this. I do know your seat guy, or I should say your upholstery. I do know him.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of his work, but he's one of those guys that's quiet. He's not boisterous or nothing like that.
It's like crazy because you would never know, like, unless you actually know him, you would never know of all of his hidden talents.
Exactly.
But he is like, just, it doesn't stop with just like leather. I mean, this guy is like, he's smarter than me. Let's put it that way. I mean, he's got it down. So
yeah. Well, he's a really nice guy. I've only talked to him a couple times, and that was way back in the late 2000s when I talked to him then. And he actually gave me a couple of pointers back then when, because I didn't start upholstery until 2004. And guys like him and some other guys from California and a couple guys from Florida actually talked to me and walked me through some stuff. Hell, Paul Cox, I called him on the phone one day and he was talking to me about doing leather tooling, which everybody knows he's really good at that.
Oh yeah.
And he helped me out. And that was in 2005 at like the pinnacle when him and Indian Lair, well, not Indian Lair, but when he was really at the top and on TV and all that stuff. And he still took the time to talk to me. So no, I am not judging anything. He said, when and where is the going to be located at the Lone Star Rally? So for everybody listening, we will be on Harborside right in front of the Fisherman's Wharf, but we're next to Harborside Street in the Fisherman's Wharf parking lot. Look for the Grind logos. You can see it, the Grind logo, because my whole tent looks just like that Grind logo. Okay. So we're going to be at the corner of the parking lot on Harborside, directly in front of the Fisherman's Wharf.
Maybe you put that physical address like on Facebook.
I probably will because I screenshotted that the other day, so I've got it. I probably should do that.
Guys like me, I mean, here I've never been to Galveston, so I don't know where I'm going. But
well, here's the way you get to Galveston: get on 45 and go until you can't go anymore, and that's the water, and there you are.
Nice.
At the seawall.
All right. Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to it. I mean, I not only the show, but just the break of getting away for a little bit, but also being somewhere I've never been. So, and I've heard so much about it that, there's been like a lot of hype about it. So it should be, I'm thinking it's going to be a fun little trip. That's for sure.
Well, I know I took off Wednesday through Monday. So, I plan on hanging out Thursday, hanging out with everybody, relaxing, maybe take a cruise on the chopper with Uncle Bruno and my wife, and hopefully you guys, just getting down there and relaxing with everybody. It's just, I can't wait for it to happen. It's just going to be badass.
No, I agree. It's going to be a good deal.
Quit being technical, Earl. Everybody, they get it. I'm just saying. Huh?
What do you say?
Earl said the Strand is before you get all the way to the seawall. And I'm like, yeah, but for somebody who's never been here, if he hits the seawall, he's there. We can call him and walk him in the rest of the way.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait now. I'll do that after you get off. I've got a couple of little announcements to make. They're good announcements. One of them is so for the Builder's Choice Award, which my company, American Drag Seats, sponsored that. I'll be just randomly looking at the bikes on my own. Nobody's going to know. And I'm going to pick one bike that I personally like. It doesn't mean they don't like the others. It's just the one that gets my attention. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm going to give that trophy to that builder, and that builder has to do the exact same thing next year, whether he's in the show or not. he's got to buy a trophy, and then he's going to give somebody at the show next year's show that trophy. But there's a guy that reached out to me 2 weeks ago, and he said, man, I want to donate a Bowie knife, a custom Bowie knife. And this flipping knife is badass. I got a couple of pictures of it Monday or Tuesday, and I'm telling you what, man, that knife is badass. But that goes with the trophy.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. And he asked for nothing in return, nothing. But he did say once the show's over and they win everything, he would like to come on as a sponsor for the show. So I'm pretty excited about having him, because let's face it, everybody likes custom knives.
Oh yeah, who doesn't? That and guns.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I ain't even gonna lie. Custom guns, pew pew. All right.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. So anything else you want to discuss, or do you want to get to work?
Not really. Probably need to get to pulling some wires and actually doing something.
Yeah, no shit. Right? Well, man, I feel for you. I'm glad you're doing this, but dude, I'll tell you right now, dude, you're in a position, and I would not want to be in that position.
Oh, it'll be all right. When you see it, you'll be like, hopefully you like it. Let's put it that way. I hope everybody likes it, because there's so much time and so much energy into this one. It's like about ready to kill me, but I hope it turns some heads. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So I just put a link up on the screen from Luis Rodriguez. He's the guy that's doing the knife, and he said the knife is coming along nice. I am doing the last finishing touches on it right now. So you guys go check this guy out. Send him a friend request. Go look at his stuff. He is donating all on his own. Just wanted to donate one of his custom knives to the show.
That's awesome.
So Uncle Bruno, it's Luis Rodriguez right underneath you. So, well, cool, man. Well, I'll let you get back to work, or get to work, or whatever it is you're going to do.
I hear you.
Well, dude, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you, and man, good luck, bro.
All right. Thanks again, man.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. So I wanted to bring TD on because he actually messaged me earlier. He said, hey, bring me on. I want people to see where I'm at, what's going on, so that when I roll up on this bike, they know that I'm not bullshitting. And I feel that way about everybody, but he just had the proof that he wanted to show. I love Brian's attitude. He will make it. I know he will. And Earl, I got off the phone with TD a little while ago, and he said he is all over it. I told him exactly what to film, how to film it, the whole 9 yards. He said he is going to have it. So all you people got to see stuff that happened earlier this week, and yes, I'm going to get into it. And you know what? I'm going to do something, and I'm not trying to make anybody mad about anything, but I'm going to do this real quick. Let's see. Right here. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm a coming. Hold on right there. Okay, so I just sent out a request. I'm going to bring him on. Thank you, Uncle Bruno. I appreciate that. Everybody go check out that link Uncle Bruno just put up. I'll go on. It's in the comments, but I'm going to put it up on the page. This, I'm pretty sure, is Luis Rodriguez. He is the guy that's making the awesome knife. You guys go over there, show him some love and some support, because he is doing this out of the kindness of his heart. Anyway, so I'm kind of waiting to see if James Ozzie will come on. And if he will, that'll be awesome, because that'll help me out. Mike Pole, I just want to say that little tiny touch you added to your build-off bike is so funny. And I guarantee you that little thing is going to get the attention of every single builder, and everybody's going to love that part of your bike. And you know exactly what part I'm talking about, because I'm not going to say it. But anyway, so The deal is this, people. It's Thursday night. 1 week from right now, I will not be live. I will be in Galveston, Texas at the Lone Star Rally at the 2021 Grind National Biker Build Off. So guess what? All the builders have got literally, unless you're in Texas, you literally have, let's see, Thursday. So let's say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They have 5 days to finish their bikes before they have to get in the vehicle and get to Galveston, Texas. So 5 days, they got to put some work in. Okay. So I'm going to bring another builder on real quick. And this dude's already making me laugh, and I can barely even see his head. What in the actual? Hold on. I won't even introduce. Okay. Why are you wearing a hockey goalie mask?
I'm just getting ready for Galveston.
Oh my God. Okay. So God dang it. Dude, I will give you this. I think I'm going to start calling you the Elephant Man.
I'll take it. I'll take that.
You have the biggest balls of anybody I know, and I love it. And I think once the relationship gets built, you guys are probably going to be great friends. But right now, you guys are mortal enemies right now.
No. I'm not.
Okay, well,
I'm their mortal enemy. They're not my mortal enemy. Well, I'm just having fun.
And I get it. And I'm hoping everything works out, and I'm hoping everything's good. You know, that's the funny thing. Hold on. I got to look back through the comments. I want something. Where? Hold up. Wait, seriously. Holy shit. Louis Bailey's not here tonight. Where the hell is Louis Bailey?
Oh, boy.
I don't see a single comment, and he's normally on here.
Well, he's probably finishing the bike.
Holy crap. This is the first time that I know of that he's not here. Anyway, so the reason I wanted to bring you on is not to discuss that, but to just basically discuss. He said, "Row." Oh, it's basically to discuss not what was said, but why it was said. He said, "Handing BG." Oh my God.
Which one?
Okay, so this whole thing, if I'm not mistaken, got started because a comment was made by somebody, and it was taken out of context, or it was assumed that it was about somebody. And then it just kind of snowballed.
Yep, it did.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. It's your fault it snowballed. I mean, you did.
Oh,
it was all you. It was
you're
all you.
So
I'm blaming you.
And I know why you got to take that side, because you're in the Lucky 7 camp. So you got.
Oh my God!
That is exactly why.
And Josie,
you know it.
Shut up. Send me your hat. Send me your hat, or give me a hat and a t-shirt.
I'll send you whatever you want.
So that's funny you say that I'm in there. Yes, Louis Bailey, I consider one of my good friends. I really do.
Right.
But
here's the thing. What if the tables were turned? Which they have been many a times. What if the tables were turned?
Well, I get it, but it has been that way before, and most people agree. Louis dishes it out. PJ, Brian can dish it out. Oh my God.
Yes, he can.
But I think the whole thing was that it was more like, but they don't even know me. It'd be different if he knew me. And I kind of get that, because
me and Logan Black don't even know each other, and we still fuck around. It's all fun and games. We're all here for the same reason. There's underlying things of why it was taken the way it was taken. It wasn't because I don't know them. There's one person that made it the way it was, and you and I both know that. And that's why it was taken that way, which had nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah. Well, so on this issue, I stayed neutral. I did.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
did.
I
100%. You did.
can't take anybody's side because
Yeah,
both
you did.
Louie and PJ and Brian, they are my good friends. I
Yeah,
hang out with
100%.
them a lot. They're good friends.
Yeah.
I don't know you well enough yet, but I
Right.
got a funny feeling. we do think a lot alike, and I mean, I'm getting to know you, and I like that.
Yeah.
My whole point is I want everybody to get along and have a good time.
Here's the thing, like I said before, and even in all my comments, I said I will be more than happy to shake your hand and drink a beer with you. I don't care. I told him, insult me, please. I'm waiting for it. Like, so I don't take any of this shit to heart. I don't, it's not personal. It's fun.
Well,
Look at all the.
Hold on. You know what got me about you?
What?
Is that when I talked to you on the phone and I tried to express the severity of the situation, your reply to me is what got me. And it got me in a good way, because you said, you know what? If I walk up and shake his hand, he punches me square in the mouth, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I don't
then
care.
I'm going to ask
I'm going to go back to the
have
show
a beer
and have fun.
Yeah. And I was like, well, fuck. Okay. Well, I guess
if that's what he wants to do,
he's down for whatever.
So be it. I could care less.
But that point right there got me. And I was like, it's kind of hard to punch somebody that says, okay, I understand. I crossed the line. If you want to punch me, I'll accept punch. But then I'm going to want you to go have a beer with me so we can get to know you.
Listen, I said what I said. I didn't deny I said what I said. And it was a private conversation between me and PJ.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we hashed it out, but, I spoke to him. He spoke to me. We both said our piece, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that can be influenced by somebody else telling me, oh, you shouldn't like this guy because of yada, yada, yada. I'll make that decision myself. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of where I think the whole thing kicked off. And then, once I talked to PJ, I was just, listen, even Brian was having fun with when I did the whole skit. And so everyone was laughing. I'm like, well, let's have some fun out of this whole thing. And then they were still pissed off. So, it's whatever. I don't mean anything personal towards them by doing that kind of stuff. I'm having fun. People are loving it. So I don't understand it, but whatever. If they want to be mad, be mad.
Well, I just, Daniel Roby and I used to talk a whole lot, but he's really, really busy. That's why we don't talk quite as much as we used to. But he nailed it. I mean, and he nailed it so hardcore, it wasn't even funny. He said, I do have opinions. I do have opinions about everybody I come into contact with.
Yeah.
But I stay really, really neutral because of where my position is in the industry.
Yeah, yep, he has to.
And that's the same thing with me. Is I stay really neutral, even though they are really good friends of mine, and I really do 100% support Louie. I support PJ. I support Brian, but it's because I know the people that they are. In the motorcycle world, I could give two shits less about them. In the motorcycle world, it's the character of the people that I like, and they are great freaking people that will do anything for you. I mean, I can't even explain to you situations that I've witnessed with my own eyes that Louis said, and I know for a fact he didn't hear me, or he didn't know that I heard him. And when I heard him say, hey man, if there's anything I can do, and then he pulls out a wad of cash, if I need to give you this much money, I don't care. I will give this to you to help you out. The money's not the part. I want to make sure you're taken care of. And not everybody does that. There are people that have a lot of money and use their money to basically control people. Louis not that guy. He really isn't. And it took me a while to figure him out and to get it. Just like with you, it's going to take me a while to get to know you. Take me a while to get to know some of the other builders. But I just know the core of who Louis Bailey is. And I'm pretty sure I know the core of who PJ is. And they're both they're the kind of people that they literally will wake up at 3 a.m. to come help you out for 20 minutes, knowing they got to be up at 5 a.m. to go to work. That's just who they are.
Yeah. I mean, like I told you, I don't mean any of this personal, and it got taken so personal. I've never seen anything get taken so personal in my life. I'm just having fun. Yeah. And they've given so much shit to so many little companies that literally can't fight for themselves, and they just pound and pound and pound away at them. And then here they are. I get two jokes out there, and then it's the fucking end of the world. Like, come on.
Well, I personally, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I think
but it did. It was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I can't believe that he said that. I'm just fucking around. Like, take a joke.
Yeah. Well, I know, and and it is, and I'll tell you, man, I love the fact that PJ, at least I think it's PJ, and y'all can make videos that are hilarious. I mean, I was like, well, shit, why are y'all building bikes if y'all are so goddamn good at these videos? You should work for Saturday Night Live. PJ should be making professional skit videos. I mean, y'all have talents in that area. I can barely push play on this flipping computer every Thursday night. The fact that y'all are good at stuff like that is just, to me, that's another good talent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all are both good at that shit. So, are you getting excited? It's almost here.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Like I said, if when they're mad, or they're still mad. I'm sure they'll be mad after this. But I'm gonna go there. Well, I'm gonna talk to Louie. We'll talk. We'll get it over with, and then I keep going. That's the only thing I'm like, all right, let's just fucking talk, hash it out, whatever, and then get back to the show. So, but yeah, I'm super excited. But now that I'm a copycat, I'm definitely not going to win. So I'm just going to have fun, and we'll see who wins.
Well, the funny thing is that you got to remember that there's 4 judges that may not be privy to any of this. And I can tell you,
I'm sure they are.
I know 2 of the judges are not privy to this because they've been so busy themselves. I haven't seen them on Facebook in months. I really haven't. The other 2 judges, I've seen them, but I mean, dude, when I tell you the stories that everybody that's associated with this, including myself, when I tell you the shit that's happened in the last 10 months of my life, Lonnie Revels, Patrick Cooper, Curly, Chris Moose, Dustin Maben, everybody that's associated with this year's first inaugural show has had something massive happen in their life. And it's crazy to think that in spite of all of that, there's just going to be this awesome documentary, all these awesome freaking bikes. I'll tell you, even Earl has already got posters lined up, DVDs lined up. He's got a couple of formats for streaming lined up. Earl has literally taken this basically from my hands and said, dude, no, we're going to go to this next level with this stuff, which is why I'm pressing all you guys, get your video footage in, because if you don't get very much footage and then you see what he's putting together, you're going to hate yourself. Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I give more video footage? I've seen little snippets, and I'm telling you, dude, this documentary is going to be badass.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm having a blast with it. So,
well, did you send Earl a lot of video footage?
I've got 20 videos sent to him. I don't know if he can use all of them, but I have 20.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, based off what I've seen, man, there's so much cool that's going to come out of this. It's just not even funny. And that's why I put so much effort into making it a 2-day event instead of just a drive it in, pass out the money, and then go home. I wanted to make it a destination, make it an event about building the bikes, hanging out with the builders, getting to know new people, and a full-blown experience like they did in 2005, 2006, 2007. It's just badass, dude. It's just completely across the board insane how much this has all come together.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's working out pretty good.
So based off your experience through all of this, when did you join? Was it May or June when you joined?
Oh shit, when was it?
It was
somewhere in that time. End of May, I want to say it was.
Yeah. So what has your experience been? Because I don't think you've ever entered a build off, have you?
No. I've only been building bikes for like 3 years now.
Yeah. So what is your experience with this? You think you'd do it again?
It depends who's in it.
Well, I would never tell anybody who's in it but I will say this, after this year, I will tell you, next year, I'm twisting up the rules a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was fun. I think there should, like, it's hard when you got 10. It's different when it's, 1-versus-1. Then you guys can, kind of fuck around and yada yada yada. Like now you got 10 people you got to try to fuck around with.
Yeah.
So
well, you got to remember.
I think this one kind of lacked that, and that's kind of what I was trying to bring to it. Like I remember as a youngster watching all the build-offs with Jesse James and all that kind of stuff, and like they were constantly messing with each other. No one did anything. I'm like, this is lame. We gotta spice it up a little bit here. So, right. And it kind of backfired on me, Kevin.
Well, you live and you learn. We all live, we all learn.
I had fun with it, and a lot of people had fun with it. So
exactly. I think the outsiders, not you, not Louis, not PJ. Yeah. I think the outsiders brought more drama to it. Than the four of you guys did.
Yeah, no doubt.
But dude, you know what? That's all cool. It's all good.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, like, next year, I'm going to change up a little bit, but I guarantee you next year the cash prize is going to be bigger, because and I'll do the same thing in December. I'm going to start going over the new rules and stuff like that. Now that I have the format down, now I can change things up, because I'm living and learning. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this.
Right.
But I do know there's a couple of little pieces that I'm going to add into next year. And I think it's those things that are going to actually bump the cash up.
Right.
Like literally there's $25,000 total dollars this time. I'm expecting between $50,000 and $75,000 next year.
What are you going to do? Is it still builder entry or what?
So yeah, it's still builder entry, and you can do one bike, you can do two bikes, whatever you want. I think I'm pretty set on the 2 classes. I might end up doing 3 classes next year. The only reason is because I think what I want to change up is this year everything was done because of a documentary. Right. If the documentary does good and it's well received before the deadline date, I'll do another documentary. But it's going to depend on how well this documentary is received once we get it out there. We're only going to have 2 or 3 months before the deadline date. But one of the things I'm thinking about doing is having a late entry. Okay, the build-off starts today. Everybody starts today, but you can get in as late as this date, but you have to have a picture of your frame naked, just a raw ass frame, January 1st when mine started, and that frame has to be bare ass naked the day you start in the build off. So hypothetically, let's say we get a guy that, 10 guys that start January 1st. They have proof that they started at January 1st. If somebody gets in June, they have to have proof that bike was raw natured June 1st, timestamp, pictures and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it can't be something they built previous years and tore apart. They have to start from scratch the day they want to get in.
Right.
Because it's not fair if you take 10 people and they start January 1st and then start showing pictures or whatever. And then other builders like, oh yeah, I can build better now. I can do better now. Now I'm going to enter my hat, but it's a bike you started building in, November, if you will.
I think you got to have them show pictures too, like progress, because I mean, that's a long time frame, even for like the followers. That gets boring. You know what I'm saying? They don't see anything. They don't know what's going on. And it kind of bumps up the competition from one builder to the next. And they say, oh shit, he's doing that. Well, I got to do this. You know what I mean?
And see, but that's the whole thing, is that if you're doing a documentary like what I'm doing, the proof is in the documented footage that you're sending to Earl. That's the proof. Yeah. But if you're not sending in video footage, I may end up just doing just a balls out, flat ass free for all also, which I don't care. You got a bike you built 5 years ago. You think that bitch can hang with stuff today? Go ahead.
Right. Bring it.
I mean, if you want to just enter the show, that's all you give a shit about. $2,500, shut your pie hole. Right. Everybody shuts their pie hole. You know,
Yeah.
you have an opportunity. Just build the best you can build, and there it doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm going to talk to all of the builders after the show, after everything's done with, and I'm going to get the opinion of every single builder that was in it and say, hey, look, what do you think about this? And then I'll go to the next builder and say, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm going to try to get the best show out of this that you can possibly have.
What are you doing? Sturgis next year? Is that your plan?
No. I've talked to a couple of people, and I think what would happen if I did it in Sturgis is there's so much already going on in Sturgis. My show would get diluted and brought down. It would just be another bike show. It would take the stigma out of it. Now, one thing I might do is I think there's a bike show in Daytona in October. I might end up doing something like that.
Yeah, Oktoberfest or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I might do something like that. But I will tell you this, whatever I do, I'm going to be looking for big time sponsors after this one, because I can't even tell you how much money I've spent this year on putting this together. And I'll be real honest with you. If it weren't for certain people, and I'll be glad to say everybody's names, every one of the builders, every one of the judges, individuals saying, dude, you know, if you need some money, I can help you out, but don't say my name. I don't want to be a sponsor. Right. I just want to help you out as a friend. You know, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that have helped me out, not financially, unfortunately, but just in different things. Like Josh Brooks, he paid for all the lanyards, and thank God he did, because all my money has gone into everything else. So it's taken an army of people, an army of friends to make this happen. And I appreciate that. I want to just include more people into what's going on and get everybody else's opinions. Next year, I think I want to put a list out there and ask who does everybody want the judges to be, and then just keep narrowing it down until we get 4 judges. But let the builders all decide who the judges are going to be, instead of me just going out thinking, okay, well, I respect this guy. I think everybody respects this guy. I like that guy. I think they respect, because I put all this together.
No, I mean, the judges this year, I mean, that's another problem too, is like trying to find judges that wouldn't compete in it. You know what I'm saying? Guys that are high enough, established enough, they have their name known enough that would be a judge instead of a builder. If you want to do the baddest bike built, that's where it's tough.
My God. Can you see the comments on the screen?
No, I can't see shit. I'm pissed. I want to see them all.
You can watch after the show.
Okay.
Good to see you, Louie. I'm glad you're finally here tonight. I was upset that you weren't here. I was like, dude, this is what, like the first time in like 3 years you haven't been here? Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Louie.
Good to see you, Louie.
Chris Moose just said, fuck that. I'm a judge for life. I will have him a judge for life forever.
Yeah, he's already proven himself. He don't got nothing else to prove. That motherfucker.
Yeah, and you know what? And he even said, I'll cut a bitch. I'll cut a bitch. Hell yeah. That right. I'll tell you what, that's another human being right there that, because of the grind show, I have become good friends with that dude. And I never knew that we would become friends like this. I always saw him as being way up here. Yeah. Why would he ever want to talk to me? But I'll tell you what, that dude right there, knowing he supports this show as much as he does, that's great for me.
There's a lot of people in his position, and I'm not saying this just because he's a judge, but he's probably one of the most selfless people I've seen. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy.
The stuff that he does behind the scenes that he never tells anybody about, that I get the opportunity to occasionally hear about, that dude's solid. I mean, you guys don't even know.
When you're as busy as somebody like that, or even we're all busy as hell, but then to do stuff that's, that selfless it's not even in your free time, you're making time for it. That speaks volumes for a person.
Absolutely it does. Oh yeah, he's a fucking awesome person. And I'm so honored to have him, because he didn't take time. I said, hey, can you judge for me? He's like, yeah. Before I even gave the details, he was just like, yeah. And that's another cool thing about Louis, Logan Black, Dan Juban.
Logan, I haven't heard of Logan Black. Is that he's in the build-off?
So literally a year and a month ago, when I first thought about doing this in Sturgis, talking to Logan, talking to TD Ward, talking to Louis, every one of those guys was like, yeah, I'm in.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, I'm not even, he's like, they just trusted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that support you like that, even if they pick on you on a daily basis and they give you shit, when they step up and support you like that, you've got the support of the industry, because right now those are some badass dudes, and it's awesome.
Right.
But anyway, so is there any parting words you'd like to say? Because we're not going to talk again until next Thursday or possibly Friday morning.
I'm going to have some more fun with this. There's no question. I'm going to, because it's fun interacting with everybody. It's not personal towards anybody, but I'm just going to have some fun. And it is what it is. If I get socked in the fucking face, I get socked in the face. So I'm going to have fun with it.
Well, I know those dudes and I love them to death. And I'll just say it again. I love those dudes to death. They're great guys. They're solid guys. Yeah. And, I think it's horrible that it went south, but I also know those guys are not assholes. They're not bitches. They're not bad human beings. They're good guys. And I do pray whatever happens, I'm out of it. I mean, I'm not going there with a cell phone videotaping it.
Right.
But I'm just saying, you got to understand, PJ, Brian, and Louie literally they would do anything for you. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Not for me.
No, the funny thing is, dude, knowing what I know about those guys, I would even say if PJ walks up and pops you in the snot rocket, I bet he's going to lean over, stick out a hand, and
just let me know it's coming. Don't cheap shot. Just let me know it's like, hey, I'm about to punch you, and I'll say, all right, here we go.
It'd be like,
no. So I can grab my helmet and we'll be good.
All right. So before you leave, put your helmet on so we'll know what to look for.
You see me. You got to see the team too.
Okay.
Can you see the team?
I do not.
No. It's the Blackhawks, man. Chicago.
Oh, the Chicago Blackhawks. Okay. All right, brother. We'll say goodbye, all right, man. We will talk with you later. I look forward to meeting you in person next Wednesday or Thursday. Go have a blessed night and hug your family, bro.
Right on. Thanks, bud. See you.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So tonight's a good show, and I'm just gonna let you guys know there is a reason I'm doing this, and it's because I was personally told at one point in time that my little show only gets about 35 people watching. So just to let you guys know, if y'all can see this, I screenshotted the viewers tonight, and that was pretty much the whole entire show. So 88 viewers, 26 likes, but there's well over, I think, 300 views. So the reason I post that, it's not to be arrogant, not to be mean, but it's not 35 people watching this show anymore. We're getting up in very high, getting close to 100 viewers a night watching the show for the majority of the show. So for all you advertisers, it is a good venue. For all you haters, kiss my ass. We do have viewers. And for all you people that support me, yes, I'm talking to you, Louis Bailey, Brian Barber, PJ, Marsha, Eric, Scott, and the list goes on and on and on. Thank you guys. I can't express to you guys how much it means to me knowing we're about to celebrate our 4-year anniversary, and the majority of you people have been here the whole entire time. And I love you guys for it, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing everybody next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. Let's have a good time. Let's make this